Hey everybody, it's Rory from ANS Gear, and we are going to do an install today on a core trigger. Plus we're going to show you these core triggers. So these are core triggers specifically designed for the CS2 platform or any future model that might come out that is compatible with the CS2 style trigger assembly. We don't know what's coming from Planet Eclipse in the future, so these might work for future guns, but just check it out and see what's available whenever you happen to be watching this video. There are a bunch of different colors of this trigger. Now this is a 2-finger trigger. So we pull out this red one, which we're going to use to put inside here. You can see that the original trigger is kind of like a blade trigger, just a flat stick style trigger. The new core trigger is a 2-finger trigger. Now you don't have to use 2 fingers, but it just gives a different feel profile to the trigger when you're touching it with your hand. So a lot of people want something that is more ergonomically shaped or just more comforting to their fingers, gives it more of a defined position for each finger to be sitting rather than just arbitrary flat surface. Let's go ahead and put it in. If you've seen any of the other CS2 setup videos, you know how easy this is. We don't need to take the grips off at all. We don't need to really do anything to it. We just need to pull the trigger screw out. I don't remember which one it is yet. It is a 5/64. So we're going to unscrew this. We do need to remove the screw all the way up and out. So we're going to pull that trigger screw out. That allows the trigger to just come right out the front. From here, there is one screw in the front of the trigger that we are going to remove. Right there. Now this section in the middle, this is just kind of like a drum. We're going to let that fall right out. It does have knurling on it so that it holds its position because you can adjust the trigger. We do not want to lose that. Without this drum or barrel or whatever you want to call it, you can't use the trigger. It doesn't work. So to pull the original one out and take the new one, we're going to slide it in. And then we're going to drop this drum or barrel right back inside there. Now it does have a hole in it, and that's where this screw threads into. So we want to make sure that the hole, one of them, because it does go all the way through, is facing towards where the screw is going to come through. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to put my finger kind of underneath it a little bit so it does not fall out at the bottom. And then before I drop it in, I'm kind of just going to eyeball where that needs to go. And then I'm going to look inside there. And did I get it? We can always kind of just rotate it around a little bit. Sometimes it's closer than others. There we go. Now we're going to drop our screw back in. And we're going to tighten that down. Now that's installed on there. And what I meant by this is adjustable. We can loosen this up a little bit. And then we're able to, we don't want to pull the screw all the way out. We can actually, we have a pivot adjustment like that. So we can control a little bit of the arc of the trigger right there. So I'm going to put it all the way down. So it's just pushing against the carriage here. And then we're going to put this right back up inside. Make sure that our hole lines up for our trigger pin. Push that through. And then tighten that down. And that's it. That's as easy as it can be when it comes to setting the trigger up. Now, maybe we want a different arc to this. We can loosen this up. We can a little bit more. We can move this forward. So maybe it's, you're more of a, instead of pulling straight back, you pour more of a down position. Well, it comes down to how you like it. You can tighten that down, and now it's more forward. That's up to you. However you want to set it up on there, it's up to you. But at least it gives you some options right there. That's as easy as it is. It can't get much easier than switching out a trigger like that. Pull the trigger out, pull the shoe off, put a new shoe on, put the trigger back in. Super simple. Lots of colors to choose from. Red we just installed. We've got a purple, a blue, an orange, a green, a black, a silver, a teal, a gray, and a pink. All compatible with the CS2 style trigger. Available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.